HCR is a virtual reality head-mounted display-based training system for the rear crew in the helicopter.
The way virtual reality training helps us here at DHFS is that by allowing people to practice on the ground in a safe environment, they can practice their skills and procedures before ever having to step foot in the aircraft. So when they get in the aircraft, it's a much more fluid environment.
The idea was to improve the way that student crewmen go from the classroom to the aircraft. For many years, pilots have had the simulators, the synthetic training that's going to augment the training that they do on the ground before they get to the aircraft. And the crewmen didn't have that. There was no stepping stone between talking in the classroom and the real thing. So the idea was to develop what we already had into something much more user-friendly for the instructors, but also more immersive for the students, so that the experience that they have in HCR was more realistic and more in keeping with what they actually do on the aircraft.
The helicopter crew is exactly that, a crew concept, and the pilot can't often see either where they're going or what's going on underneath the aircraft. And to that end, it's absolutely imperative that the crewman talk to the pilot in order to direct the aircraft around both the sky and on the ground.
The functionality that HCR provides me as an instructor not only allows me to see what the student's looking at, but also the bigger picture. So I can choose where I'm looking at the helicopter, I can manipulate that to suit exactly what I need to see, so that I can best observe what he's doing and therefore give him the best debrief that he needs to make sure that his operating is up to standard and that he's getting all the procedures, the terminology, and he's in the right place in the aircraft at the right time. We've rehearsed the confined area recce and the approach into using the HCR, bearing in mind the wind of the day. We've then gone out just now and flown that exact same profile into the exact same confined area, which is modelled very accurately in HCR. The ability to do that gives the students real-time rehearsal, and it really adds value to what they're doing in the HCR, rather than it just being a random simulation. And we've seen massive benefits from that with our students when they've come back from sorties.